How's it going, everybody? My name is Matthew, and for 3.5 years, I lived in a cargo van full-time so I could reboot my life. Along the way, I created some amazing memories and had some not-so-great experiences, but it all helped make me who I am today. Now, I am settling down and building a home for myself and my little girl while sharing my experiences and overcoming new challenges from van life to house life and everything in between. Welcome to Van Life Plus. Because why would I remember to bring one of my reusable bags? All 18,000 of them are back at Tortuga, and not a one in the Irish Pirate Queen. Or the Good Ship Lucky, for that matter. System's working great for those that have good memories. Hopefully a nice simple day today, actually getting prepared for the next camping trip. I will be leaving later this evening. It's Thursday right now. It's a long weekend camping trip, which is cool. And unfortunately, it's a very popular long weekend up here in Canadaland. And all the reservation sites were taken, right? So Lindsay and Sadie have actually been out of town for a couple days. If you saw my last video, I was over there feeding Moonstone, and if you didn't see that last video, well, make sure you're subscribed and you got notifications turned on so you never miss a Van Life Plus episode. But yeah, they've been out of town for 3 days on a little trip of their own, and then Lindsay's idea was she was going to stop at a campground on their way back, a campground that has first come first serve sites. And so she found one that's not too far away from Calgary. Initially she wanted to go out to Kananaskis country, but shockingly it's supposed to be quite, I don't want to say chilly, but cool this weekend, which is nuts for July. Well, when I'm filming this, it's right near the tail end of June, but still, yeah, it was looking quite chilly out there in the mountains. So she found a different one, and they were there last night. So I don't think there's any service out at the campsite. I'm just waiting for her to let me know which campsite number she got. So until then, well, actually not until then, but until the end of my day after I drop the Pirate Princess back off with her mom after dinner, I will be heading out in the good ship Lucky with the big fat putty tat on the next camping trip. So today, it's prep for that trip. Just grabbed myself some burgers, onions, and patates. That's ground beef. Ain't burgers yet. For a meal I'm going to make for everybody this weekend. So I will be out there by my lonesome tonight. Not opposed to it. It'll actually be my first night in Lucky since moving into Tortuga. That's pretty exciting, actually. And then tomorrow, everybody else will be joining us at the end of the work day. So, also today, without the prep, I mean, I say prep for today, but I mean, oh, I should have bought the propane tank for the fire bowl. I guess that'll be a on the way out of town stop because I don't have the propane tank with me. But it'll be load stuff like that into Lucky, and I've got the food, and I am pretty much ready to go. So once we get back to Tortuga, I want to take a look at a very generous gift that was sent to me by some supporters of mine. But before that even, I'm going to stop at a Cal Tire and see if I can make an appointment for the Irish Pirate Queen for next week because she's got a crazy vibration happening in her, and I'm hoping it's just unbalanced wheels. It's been happening ever since I got her tires rotated. That was a few months ago now. Initially I thought, well, maybe it was uneven tire wear from, being towed behind the good ship Lucky. However, she has been on a trip to New Denver and back, and I would assume any tire wear abnormalities that would have happened from being a towed would have straightened themselves out on that epic journey, and it didn't. So there's still vibrations happening, and it's especially really bad in that rear passenger tire. So I'm going to stop in at Cal Tire, see if they can get her in, and hopefully they can sort her out. Good morning, how are you? Not too bad. I don't have an appointment or anything. I'm just looking to maybe book one, but you guys do diagnostic stuff for tires and whatnot? Like, 'cause I've got a vibration happening in my Jeep.
Yeah, you need tires, I can tell from here.
Really? Because I just had them rotated not too long ago and they didn't say shit. Not from you guys.
Yeah.
And she's not even that old, but I mean, she got towed a lot.
These guys, once you get down to about 6 or 537.
Oh, okay. See if you know, and anything, this tire more, this specifically, yeah, I've been, not, yeah, this guy.
I can try balancing them.
But but is it worth it? If you think they're that low?
It's like this inside shoulder, it's hard to tell because the knobs are so damn big.
Yeah.
But,
big knobs.
I feel like this knob is lower, this one's higher.
Yeah.
Low, high, low, high, low, high.
Right.
That's what's called cupping.
Okay. Yeah. So what do I know? So maybe it is tires. He just looked at Grace out the window before he even came out and looked at her and said, yeah, you need new tires, I can tell. And to be fair, he was quite honest and he said, well, you could probably get away with it a bit. But he does seem to think there is cupping happening to the tire. So I guess the trip out there didn't sort her out. So that's okay. Irish Pirate Queen probably in need of some new booties. He gave me a quote for a different brand of tire that he said would be better in winter as well, but it's also year-round because Grace does not have summer tires and winter tires. It's a Jeep. That's one place where you can save a little bit of money, as long as your tires don't get cupped. Future Matthew problem. Back to Tortuga. Okay, save myself the hassle later. Yes, I never went back to Lindsay's and dropped off their tackle boxes. We'll see them tomorrow. Okay, we've got an onion. We've got patates. We just get the ground beef in the fridge now, on top of all the Revita. Oh, Revelstoke Lager from Mount Begbie. Drink of choice for the weekend. Yeah, first time spending the night back in Lucky since moving. I'm gonna get this out of here and make it as comfortable as we can. We don't need a Pirate Princess's helmet or scooter. Here, work smarter, not harder. Attach it, make it easier to carry with one hand. And one last thing, that's definitely not going to stay up there in transit, so into the busted drawer with you onion bastard, you. I mean, at least I was prepared. The propane tank is in the passenger seat footwell, so there's that. Okay, this is a Berkey. Well, it's a disassembled Berkey. And a Berkey is it's a water filter system, basically. My mom and dad have one, Byron and Steph have one, and I was very fortunate enough to have one sent to me, like I said, by some incredible supporters of mine. Thank you very much, too. And yeah, it's really nice to have. Especially, it's odd. I think I mentioned this on the vlog, but I think for whatever reason it got cut out, just due to time and whatnot when I was editing. But ever since I moved into Tortuga, I've noticed that, I don't know if maybe the pipes are just old. This is a very old building. It's been around for a long time. That's what old means. The water just has a funny taste to it. It's completely fine. We've been drinking it. No muss, no fuss, no harm, no foul. And maybe my tongue is just spoiled by that filtered water I was getting for Lucky's water tank from Safeway for so long, that Nimbus system or whatever. I digress. I'm getting off track. I like the idea of having clean water. And since my family swears by it, this is pretty cool that I have one myself now. Unfortunately, it does not come assembled, and we got to do that. So it's kind of like a really lame adult Lego set, but with a much more important purpose at the end of it. So I'm gonna get all these little parts set out, and I got the instructions here because I like to figure things out, but when it comes to not this. Oh, I do have the vapor lock. There it is. So it's a gravity-fed system, and it's really cool. And it also turns into a water dispenser system, right? Well, obviously, got a little drain thing here. Stick that in there, and then you lift it up, and water comes out. I don't know what it is. What is this thing? It's got these big black filters. I don't know if they're carbon or whatever the hell they are. I don't know. It probably says it's somewhere on here, but it's very small words, so when we get there, if it's obvious, I'll let you know. But yeah, these just sit in here like this, and then you fill this top compartment with water. These big black posts are in here, and the water filters through them, trickles down into the lower portion, and then you can get the water out of there. And what we do at my mom and dad's house is once this fills up with that filtered water, we just empty it into a glass bottle and put that in the fridge so that we have some cold filtered water on hand. It's also going to be nice because, oddly enough, the Pirate Princess, when she's thirsty, she prefers room temperature water. So every time we've been out at mom and dad's and I ask, when she asks for a glass of water and I say, would you like cold water or room temperature water? She always says room. And so I just go straight to the Berkey and fill a glass for her. So this will be nice to have on our little setup back here so that she can get it herself and then I can have not ooh yucky nar water. I'm probably just being a big puss, but it is what it is. Not in here. I'm running around looking for my little tripod. I hear you in here. Yes. Oh, hi. Yeah, you've taken to sleeping in the captain's bed. Figured I might as well come say hello to you. Yeah. How are you feeling? Are you excited for our camping trip tonight? We're going to be gone all weekend. Back in the tiny home on wheels, yeah. No. All right, well. You keep out any ne'er-do-wells from the bedroom, and I'm going to go put together a water filter, okay? Okay. See you soon. Got to start with just getting everything together here. I've already got the very fancy lid assembled. Ooh, very nice. And then we got to get, I don't know, some sort of blocker on this top piece, and then the spigot in the lower piece. So let's get at it. Okay, that was easier than I thought. The amount of words and instruction manuals and everything that is included here is daunting at first when you glance at it until you realize a lot of it is just repeating itself. So we got the spigot installed. It's got a washer on the outside, a washer on the inside, and then a nut on the inside as well. So it's good to go. Oh yes, and this little rattly thing. This is cool. Here's a vapor lock clip. It's just this little tiny clip. This is why we can't have nice things. Sits on the edge here and helps to prevent vapor lock, right? Because when this sits here, I guess, where did it say? I'm actually learning. It says right here, climate, elevation, and other factors can create a tighter fit, preventing airflow between the chambers, which slows down or prevents water flow, a natural phenomenon known as vapor lock. And to prevent that, they've got this little clip here they just put on the side, and it keeps this top portion raised up just enough that some air can get in. That's kind of cool. On the top portion, there's 4 holes. So I guess you could, in theory, have 4 filters if you really wanted to. This kit came with 2 of them right here. So it also came with these plugs. You just stick in the 2 holes that you're not going to use. That's some sage advice. Plug the holes you ain't going to use. So that is all done with that. Now what we have to do is prime these things. And where was it saying? There was something interesting here. There we go. Priming uses water to displace air out of the element's pores, ensuring that water can flow freely. The elements will not operate properly if they are not primed. We recommend setting up your system on a countertop or other waterproof surface, blah, blah, blah. So I guess I gotta stretch this weird blue dongle thingy over my faucet. I don't think it's gonna fit over that. Are you nuts? Is there a way to do it without this damn thing? Because you can see the pictures here where it shows them stretching it over the tip. Everybody just calm down of a faucet. And there's like, oh, when you turn the water on, if it balloons out, stop that. And this end goes on this end, right? You shove this in here. I don't know, man. Okay, a little bit more reading with the pamphlets of words, and we'll figure out exactly what I have to do to prime my version. Yeah, I don't know what kind of magic trick they're expecting me to pull here, but this is the thing that they're saying should be able to fit onto all sorts of faucets. And this looks rather large, and look at the difference. Look at the girth. Look at the expanse that this thing would have to go through in order to fit on this. There ain't no way. This thing does not stretch like that. And I can't get it to roll over top of this. This thing is just too big. I can't get it on. I'm not going to fight with it anymore. Gotta move this show down to the basement where there is a faucet that will fit in this hole. Okay, much more of an approachable size, right? So that'll slap right on there. And then you take your filter, you screw the, well, it is a screwed end, but if you just put it up in here, right in the tip. And now what the instructions say is you let just cold water, not hot water, you let the water run, and it needs to start flowing out of all of the pores on this filter. And you're supposed to do that for about a minute, and this will help push the air out and prime this filter. So let's see what happens. Here we go. Cold water away. Whoop. Watch out for a balloon. It also says don't just let it hang. I imagine this thing will get quite heavy once it's saturated with water. It's amazing that the water's not coming out or anything. It's just filling this bad boy up. Let's push that air out, you. And while I do this, I was wrong. Those little vials, well, they are for the filter system, but they're not anything except it's red dye, red food coloring. And it's going to be a way that looks super cool to see if these filters are doing their job correctly. The way that beads out, oh, the way it comes up, that's super cool. All right, it's all coming out of the filter there. So we'll let this one go for a minute. And I bet the way that looked, it has the potential to look pretty cool on a time lapse. Filters filled with water, hopefully not filled with air. Then we're gonna grab this bad boy, take one of our filters, put it through the hole, and it comes with a wing nut. Okay, there's one. Oh, the problem with these filters is once you prime them, yeah, they're full of water, but the water doesn't stay in them. So water's getting everywhere now. This is why they tell you to do it on a nice waterproof surface. Well, our placemats aren't made of sugar, so they're not going to melt. All right, so there. Both filters installed with their wing nuts, and we can put this like that. And there you go. What the heck? Oh no, one of their washers came out. Now I think it was this one on the shoe bastard. Better with the washer on. Less chance of contaminated water making its way through. All right, well, the last thing to do is to test it. And what you're supposed to do is add one of these vials of red food dye to some water, put it in the top, and then the filter should do their job. So the water that comes out shouldn't have any sort of pink hue to it, right? They should filter out the dye, and that's the threshold test or whatever. So hopefully everything's tight. Otherwise we could end up with water everywhere. Because what we'll do is we'll put this water in here, add the food coloring, and then this will just sit here. And obviously it takes some time. It's very slow, but most things that are awesome are. Let's give it a go. All right, so put this guy over here. The filters are filtering out right now. You can still dripping water. Let's go like this. Hopefully 2 of these fit in here. Yeah, perfect. All right, I ain't a scientist, but science experiments. Whoa! Give it a little stir, shall we? All right. It's very red. Looks like Kool-Aid. It does not smell like Kool-Aid. Don't put it in the glasses. What are you thinking? Okay. Make sure the exit points for the filters are inside the glasses. And away we... Is this even going to be enough water? Might need more. Let's see what happens. Barely covers the filter. You probably need more water, but those glasses aren't big enough. To be fair, it does say jars, but I don't really have the same size jars. Let it do its thing. Let's see how much water we get out of it. All right, it's going faster than I thought. That's been about half hour, maybe 40, 45 minutes. Hi, Penny, you want to come see? Look, it's working so good. Look. Look. I don't give a tiny rat's ass. Put some of that water in my bowl. Mwah. But we've got no pink hue at all. So that's super cool. I did end up putting more in just to speed the process up a bit. Like, well, I don't know about speed the process up, but to ensure that there was a lot of red in there. And yeah, it's coming out crystal clear, which is great. It means it's working as advertised. And you got nice clean water dripping out of the filters. We come up here, take the lid off. You can see, yeah, it's very red. So, well done. I say we dump out this and get it set up where we want it to live. So in order to do that and fill this and move this around, I'm gonna have to put this up here because I don't want to drip water all over the floor as I make my way to the sink. So we will lift this off, get a few drops on the table, move it over here. Not too bad. And you know what? Cheers, bottoms up. We may as well see if it's working. In more way than one. Yeah, that taste that I was tasting, completely gone. Hang on, one more test here real quick, just to make sure I'm not losing my mind. Get some fresh water right from the tap. All right. We got the filtered Berkey water here, and the water straight from the tap. It's never going to come across on film that convincingly. It's really just up to my word. How much do you trust me? I don't even know how to explain that. Like, yeah, not undrinkable, but it's just kind of like, I don't know, like, pool-y. That's not chlorine, but I don't know. Anyway. That is worlds better for me. Excellent. All right. Stop filtering red dye and come over here, you bugger. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Boom, boom. I mean, you don't have to worry about getting it super clean because, I mean, it's a filter. It'll take care of it on its own. We'll just reach up here. Almost. And the cool thing about this too is you can actually get a separate attachment that goes, might as well start doing this so I'm not just standing here, goes on the underside of the top part, and it's a different kind of filter to get rid of fluoride and stuff. I saw it in the instructions. It comes with different kits. You could probably buy it separately too. Wouldn't be the worst idea since Calgary is reintroducing fluoride into our water supply. Or well, they have by the time this video goes live. I don't really have a chicken in the fight either way, so to speak. It is what it is. But I know some people would be opposed to that, so this would be this paired with that filter would be one way to solve your problem. Ooh, baby, do you know now where heaven is? that's enough of that. Another thing you got to be careful of with these is I know they're supposed to be about the same size, both the top and the bottom, but you still don't want to be filling the top portion too full, like not right to the brim. I remember I did that once when I was house sitting for mom and dad. I filled their Berkey up way too full, and it did end up leaking out up top here. Probably what had happened though was this bottom part wasn't quite completely empty, right? So then the amounts were off. Just something to keep your eye on. I don't know if this will be the best place for this or not. I mean, it's definitely sort of nice and central to the kitchen. Walk from here, grab a glass, get it, go to the table, or alternatively, come over to the fridge, find our glass water bottle, right? And then fill it up and put it back in the fridge. So it's a little weird because now it's just like right in the view of the dining room table, but the only other alternative would be to kind of push it over here so it's out of the way. That might be... Who wants to take that many extra steps? We'll see. Oh, also I could line it up, my goodness. It's my OCD. Berkey. And actually, this is water straight from the tap. So, into here with you. Oh, yeah. All right, Berkey, do your thing. Oh, I can hear it. Can you hear it? Is it coming through on the mic? That's quality content. Quality content. Now, of course, the only other thing is I got this other dispenser here that I was sent to me by a subscriber forever ago, and I just got it set up, and it has been our water supply, but it's been the water supply. Again, I guess I could just straight from there to here, but what's the point of that when that does it itself? I think this one I will clean out and save for gatherings and iced tea, lemonade, maybe rum and coke, whatever I want, because I'm an adult, and I'll do that. Right, and we got our last few items of groceries here, and then we should be good to go. Once we are done dinner tonight, it should just be a matter of loading up the big fat putty tat, and we should be able to hit the road. So we got bread, bananas, got some hot dog buns from M&M Meats. Those are frozen so they can thaw out. Got a bag of shredded cheese for that beef and potato meal. We've got our yogurt, crema, honey, of course. Heavenly honey, to be specific. Mustard for the aforementioned hot dog buns, and M&M Meats frankfurters. Those are frozen as well, but they can thaw out in there. And then I've got myself some Cajun chicken and cheese for sandwiches to go along with the bread. And one last thing for that meal, heavy cream. Perfect. Lucky's Glacier is once again, yep, doing great. Once again, stocked up. And now Lucky also has a shopping bag in here. There's one right there. All right, listen, Linda, everybody just calm down. Bread, buns, bananas. Here we go. All right, here's a nice little timeline jump. Gonna bring the new EcoFlow Delta 3 Plus with us, and I'm going to finish up my review of it while I'm camping, which, if you've been paying attention, is already out, and hopefully you've watched it. What do I think of it? At this point, I really like this cute little bugger. Anyway, okay, got everything else loaded up now. I got the fire bowl, some extra clothes. Last thing I need to grab is just my computer and my Switch so I can do some work and relax while I'm out there this weekend. And that will all be after my evening with the Pirate Princess, right before we leave Tortuga. And it's almost time to go get the Pirate Princess. But before that, one more stop so we can acquire some product to continue a current project on the van this weekend. There we go. Now we can continue the project on the good ship Lucky while we're out in the bush this weekend. And also, I've got to make sure I keep the receipt this time for these cans of paint, because when I was out in the cusp when I started this project and I found those cans out there, I think I bought 5 of them, and one of them just completely effed off on me and stopped working. After a couple seconds of spraying, it clogged itself up, and I thought maybe it was just the red part here, and these pop off super easy. And obviously I had a multitude of cans on hand back then, and I even tried a whole bunch of different nozzles, and nay, none of them worked. So it was a completely wasted can. And of course, did I keep the receipt then? No. So learn from your lessons. We've now got a whole bunch of paint. We've got the receipt. If any of them stop working, and Lucky can continue her journey to becoming the Black Pearl. That is unofficial. Everybody just calm down. All right, let's hit the road for some camping.
Radio up and the blinds pulled down. You love it when nobody's around. I wanna call out round town, but you bite my lip, don't make a sound. I'll be damned if I'm leaving without you. So give me a minute to catch my breath. Take what's yours, I'll take what's left. I'm used to coming up second best. Always fail to pass the test. I'll be damned if I'm leaving without you.
Good Lord, even the gas stations in New Denver are open later than this. It's 7:40 at night. Small town Alberta. I don't even know if you can call it a town. This is Millerville. It's very close to the campground where we're going. And I just figured, oh, I'll be able to get gas and swap the propane tank here. I could have gotten all of that done if they were open. They are not. So now, back on the road, and I guess I'll have to blow past my turn and head on into Turner Valley, or Diamond Valley. Y'all get offended if we still call it Turner Valley, Black Diamond? Or do you get more offended if we call it Diamond Valley? I can see it going both ways. But yeah, no, the turnoff for the campground is just back out here on the highway and then a very quick right. But, I mean, Lucky doesn't need gas. We're still about 37 minutes away, and I need propane, right? I don't need it tonight. But do I really want to come back out tomorrow? I say nay, so off to Turner Valley.
Mission stuff. I like driving from location to location because I think it makes the game feel a bit bigger. But I understand that if you're a die-hard Mario Kart fanatic, that kind of change can be something that is, pretty shocking to you. When it comes to online racing, there was something where essentially when you're doing just the traditional races and not something like Knockout Tour, you could pick random courses. And if you pick a random course and a random course is selected, then that random course would always be a 3-lap circuit of whatever racetrack it decides to do.
Yeah. Coming in. Oh, sure. A lot of help you are. Nailed it. Figured I'd stop and give Lucky a bit of a rinse if I'm going to do some painting this weekend. This is quite a little car wash here in Turner Valley, or Diamond Valley, excuse me. I'm like in a back alley. There's a house there, there's a house there, and a 2-bay car wash right here. Come on out, press the button, open the door. Actually, before I do this, does it even take card? Oh, it does, thank goodness, because I don't have any change on me. Okay. Here we go, Lucky. Although I don't know how much good this is going to do, seriously. Because I still have to drive to the campground, and it did rain earlier, so chances are Lucky's just going to get muddy again, but... Yeah, well, we'll give it a shot. Right, Penny? Yeah, Lucky barely fits in this bay. Oh, man. Oh. Yeah, barely fits. Fits, but barely fits. All right, see if I can get this to work. It's a swipe situation. When was the last time I had to swipe a credit card? My goodness. All right, and we have liftoff. Excellent. I hear pressure. Here we go, Lucky. Get it. Very nice. All right, well, not too bad. $5. A little bit of soap, a little bit of rinse. Just did it on that side, basically. Just to, whatever. Now, yeah. It's a sign out here. And there's a little sign on the door as you leave. Please close the door behind you. It's a good thing the car wash was not expensive. Come with me, won't you? Yes. See? We're on it. Right here. There it is. Close. And away she goes. And away we go. Hi. So Lindsay did text me the site number. This is a campground called Blue Rock Campground. Never been there, but it's very close to Sandy McNabb, which is an awesome campground we were at all the way back in chapter 2. And she also said as soon as you leave Turner Valley, you're going to lose service completely. So we'll see. Maybe the cell phone booster will help us out. And if not, I'm going to be looking at the Starlink solely because of the crypt game that we'll be having this weekend. But if the tree coverage is too insane out here, I'm not going to spend almost $200 for spotty internet, you know. Plus, with the new situation, it's like when I spend that money to get Starlink up and running for a month, I better be damn sure I'm going to capitalize on it for the duration of that month, you know. So we'll see. That all sounds like a future Matthew problem. For sure. Tonight I am just interested in getting there. I don't even know how much I'm going to set up, honestly. I have something I want to take care of when I get there. It's been a long time coming, but let's just get there first. I always forget how absolutely gorgeous the drive out in this area is. And this is like right in my backyard. That was something that like hit me. It was like the first thing that I like had this big realization when I moved into the van, and I had this motivation to get out and start exploring just in my own backyard, because there's just such, I was going to say untapped. It's not untapped. Plenty of other people are aware of this, but it was untapped for me, of how easy it was to get to these gorgeous locations super close to me. Like, it's, I don't know. It doesn't take having to live in a van to like start experiencing and appreciating them. But I'm glad that I had those early experiences and early realization, because now going forward, I can just continue to enjoy this stuff that's so close to home. Just go outside. There's so much out here. Just came around the corner. Just looming in the distance. Big rock giants. Not going to be doing any painting if these rain clouds don't F off for the weekend. Take a break, you bastards. And yes, this is in Kananaskis country, so welcome back. She could give a tiny rat's ass. Talk about a total hat rack moment. I have no service. Lindsay was right. As soon as you leave Turner Valley, pretty much gone. And now, as far away as I am, definitely gone. If I decide I want Starlink, how am I going to activate it? I'm going to have to drive all the way back to Turner Valley. It'd probably be good to just stay unplugged. There was a sign back there that said, "No, do not stop when bears are on the side of the road." What about these guys? Hello, sir. Madam, I guess. Did you guys know there might be bears on the roadside? Cows. Okay, I've never been this far up this highway. Come around the bend. This is just awesome. The road's all the way up there, winds down into this valley along the river, then back up. This is an absolutely beautiful drive. Highly recommended so far. Right, Penny? Oh, sorry. Is it bath time? My goodness. I don't know if you can hear that or not. This is very close to Crown Land, or basically it's on Crown Land too. Very similar to McLean Creek, so there's a lot of dirt biking and quadding happening off in the distance. Not such a bad little site. Lindsay's already here, like I mentioned. She was here last night. So her tent is here, her gazebo. She even left her little axe right over there. I guess they had a fire last night. No fireman right now. That's nice. Either way, I'm not chopping any wood. I just have a propane tank and a fire bowl. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to set up much because there's quite a narrow space. You know, the driveway in. I have to see how I feel about it in the morning in order to fit both Lucky and Regina here, and then Jasper out there. It's going to be a little bit of a shuffle, and I want to leave enough space so I can get to this side of Lucky to continue the paint job. So, yeah. We'll worry about all of that tomorrow for sure. Of course, I can't do no setup because I need stuff out of the living quarters. So, propane tank and fire bowl. Y'all can just spend the night. Right? Yeah. Give it a much. Hey, Ben. What you doing? Yeah, I gotta move some stuff around here. Because we are gonna swivel our seat so we have a place to sit. Oh, hello. And boing, thank you. Down here, unscrew the safety bolt. Go, that'll free the seat up. And over here, pull that lever, and then the seat will spin, sort of. Slide it forward a bit. Hi. Very hard to do. Very hard to do with one hand. There we go. Then get it. Hi. Yeah, there it is. Look at it go, Penny. Look at it go. Woo! Oh, we went one step too far, yes. Pull it, and back she goes. Nice angle. And while we're here, nice. Bring the EcoFlow back here. This is where its big brother usually stayed. It fits so much better in that space. Yeah, it's so cute, Penny. Don't worry, you're cute too. Oh man, this sucks. Next shot was going to be me filling up the ice maker on the EcoFlow Glacier over here, making some ice. I haven't used it since I cleaned it out in a previous video, but you can't do it when it's just plugged into 12 volt power, right? You need to have it either plugged in to 120 volts, which I could do with a little EcoFlow, but I don't know where the plug-in is. I think it's buried at the back in Lucky. Or you can use the battery, which I have back here, but I was having issues with this battery, you know, before I moved into Tortuga, and now I'm having some serious issues. So it's ejected right now. If I slide it in, well, nothing happens. That's not what it has been doing, but it's not even reading the battery. If I hold down the power button on the battery, turn it on, let's see. Will it power up? Oh, it's not even behaving, but it was giving me a crazy error, and the battery percentage dropped 4% in about 3 seconds. So I don't think, yeah, there you go. Error 4072, and it's at 94%. And it just went away. I think it's safe to say that the battery on the EcoFlow Glacier in the good ship Lucky, completely. That's too bad. I wanted to have a nice rum and coke with some ice. Well, we'll just have to do it backyard styles or backcountry styles. And oh, it smells so good in here with this chicken for the fajita kits. All right, get ourselves a can of Coke. And in here, we might have a little drinky poo. Hey, make a little bit of room. And Bob's your bloody uncle. Bob's also a bloody lush. That'll do. Oh yes, I also brought this. It's one of the extra seat covers from Tortuga from the dining room table. I don't know if it will work, but I thought if it does work, it'd be kind of funny. It'd be like we have a bit of Tortuga with us. So there we go. Hey, Al. Yeah, I mean, the seat's a lot bigger, so it's not going to be perfect, but there you go. Look at that. What do you think of that, Penny? Yeah, back in a good ship, Lucky. With a little bit of everything, except for Grace. That's not true. We got her mini-me version right there, don't we? You got that right, Putty Tat. Well, let's make ourselves at home, shall we? Oh yes, I gotta get you set up too. You have some cookies in your bowl, in your new bowls. Yeah, by the way. But also you need some water. I filled up the Pirate King water bottle with the brand new Berkey water. Yes, Penny, I will share with you. There you go, my dear. We do still have some water in Lucky's actual onboard tank as well, but yep, that will do as well. Come back here. A few more things I got to organize. Bag here. Oh yeah, I brought some more t-shirts out just to have on hand. So put these up here, This is what I was talking about that I want to get to, but put a pin in that for just one more minute. Shove those t-shirts back there. We've also got our camping mat and cardboard, and this is for the paint project. That doesn't need to be on the bed. I do not feel like cuddling with the cardboard. We'll bring our camping mat out as well. Find a spot for this. Obviously on the ground outside would be the most ideal. But again, I am disinterested in setting up right now. Got our walking stick, our backpack. Not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to another night in the good ship Lucky. It's been a hot minute, hasn't it, girl? Okay, so for this bad boy, we're gonna need this. This is a Dixon flannel. Who guessed it? But it's not just any Dixon flannel. No, sir. This is the Adrenaline. For those that give a hoot, all of the Dixon flannels, bamboos, party shirts, they all have names. Probably was a very good marketing tactic. Definitely worked on me. But yeah, there it is. Right, and on the neck, you can see Dixon Flannel Company, Adrenaline. And this was my very first Dixon flannel I ever purchased. Way back, chapter 2. I remember that's when Lindsay lived in her old house. Brooklyn was so little, she wasn't in daycare yet. I had her every single day of the week from like 6 in the morning until 5 or 6 at night. We were spending our days during the week at Lindsay's, and I had placed this order, and I even had it delivered to her old house. So, yeah, it's got a lot. I've got a lot of Dixons. Let's call a spade a spade. This one, though, I don't know. I've worn it a handful of times. I've tried to keep it in good shape. But to that extent, right here, it is missing a button. Actually, a few of my Dixons are missing buttons, and I got to get to them. But I always forget, like most shirts like this, at the bottom, it comes with 2 extra buttons, right? One for the sleeves, an itty bitty tiny one, which you can't see jack squat, and a large one. And this is the one we need. And we're going to repair the Adrenaline, because I think it's going to be a little cool this weekend. Maybe not. Maybe we'll get lucky. Where are my scissors? Everything is moved around in here now. There they are. Right next to the onion. Why? Where do you keep yours? But yeah, the chance it might be kind of chilly this weekend. So, brought this guy along, as well as my poncho, actually. These will be the clothing we have to keep our silly butt warm. My question is, how do I free this from its sewn-in prison? This button, the extra one, is staying on way better than the functional one. My goodness. Let's see, do this without cutting the flannel. Can I do that? Don't damage it. My goodness gracious. But just somebody out there is losing their mind like, no, Matthew, you're supposed to do it this way. You know what? Maybe this is reason 79 to have a Leatherman. Pull the threads out of your backup button off the Adrenaline Dixon. Maybe not. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I never do that. Okay, I got a bunch of these threads pulled here, but I'm going to try to shave off some time. Oh, never mind. I thought I would need my knife, but it just popped right off. So perfect. Now let's clean these threads out of the bottom here. It's pretty good. Now, of course, I'm never going to be able to 100% match this awesome green thread that Dixon used for their buttons. I guess well, can I repurpose this? It's not a very long piece of thread. That is for damn sure. I could try. I just don't know. No, I'm not gonna. That'll stress me out. That will really stress me out. No, instead, let's go into our little sewing kit. I've had this for years, and as much as my camera is not focusing, I think we've got a winner right here at the end of this roll. Get your poop in a group, you thread, you. And yeah, this guy right on the end. That is close enough. We're gonna call that matchy match, and let's thread ourselves a needle. The last time I used purple thread. This one's through the needle right now. All right. I was fixing a princess dress for a certain pirate princess. Okay. Where is the end of this thread? Good! I'm going to end up with thread everywhere. This is why we can't have nice things. Is that it right there? Statue right there, you bastard. Come here. It's definitely more thread than I will ever need to have on hand, but I think this was just a little sewing kit. I think I got it at Shoppers Drug Mart as an impulse buy once. I saw it on like an end cap and I was like, yeah, probably wouldn't be the worst thing to have in the van. And it hasn't been the worst thing to have in a van. It's actually come in handy a multitude of times. And it comes with everything you could need, I think, except maybe a thimble. But it's got this weird little who's it, what's it? It's great for actually threading the thread through the needle because you poke that through the top of the needle, the little eye hole. Stick the end of the thread through the big, huge loop without, well, helps if you don't drop the thread, of course. Then you pull this back through the needle and boom, we've got thread through the eye of the needle. Yes, I know, people that are more skilled than me probably wouldn't need that. It's like baby mode, and I don't give a tiny rat's ass. All right, tie us a knot, and let's reattach a bouton. I will say this, I definitely don't have like a specific technique or anything. I just, you know, in one hole, out another hole, wrap it around, reattach, do the best we can. It's definitely I wouldn't even call it a skill, because let's get serious, but it's nice to channel grade 8 home ec every once in a while, you know? But like I said, it has come in handy on more than one occasion. That's not necessarily indicative of just because I was in the van. But, I mean, just, you know, the whole idea of saving money and saving things. Hell, I've put enough buttons back on. I could save the strap on a princess dress. And now we can save the OG VanLife Plus acquired Dixon. I was going to say the OG VanLife Plus Dixon. That implies this is a Dixon collab with VanLife Plus. That has not happened. All right. And go. And there we go. No muss, no fuss. Very different green. Right? There's the OG and there's the repair. I mean, this matches the lettering more than that does, right? Definitely not as green, but that is A-okay. Not too bad. Starting to look a little squirrely there, but we got her. Heck yeah, bud. Oof. It's warm in the good ship, Lucky. What should we do? We're going to pull in air? Probably. There we go. Yes. It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. Well, you know what? If we can't use the ice maker right now, it may as well come in handy as a storage area. Penny's food and the tortillas. Thank you for your service. Do some work. Have some fun. Probably a little of column A, a little of column B, knowing me. Oh, I'm actually really excited to be spending a night back here, so I think I'm just going to do that. I'm going to go enjoy myself. I got my computer, I got my Switch, I got my big fat putty tat, I got my adult beverage. Very rapidly running out. And I am going to say thank you very much for watching. And until the next one, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive. But remember, only dead fish go with the flow.